Hi YouTube, it's been a while. I made a lot of Dear Emily videos, and my best friend Emily was living in Shanghai and I was living in America. And now I'm living in Shanghai with my friend Emily, and that means that my entire family is back in the US. So this is a Dear Sisters video. I miss my sisters a lot, and the other day we had a fantastic conversation via iMessage that had to do with Brianna's birthday. Happy birthday, B. Later, I wrote an entire blog post on how wonderful my sister is, so if you want to read it, you can check out my blog. But Marissa, my little sister, she does monthly vlogs, and so I decided that this particular vlog would be addressing something she said in her last video. So specifically, Dear Marissa, identity crises. Marissa said in her video that she felt like she was being overwhelmed whenever she lived in somewhere that her sisters had lived, because she felt like she was drowned out by us because we were louder or more persistent in talking, and that we drowned her out, which I think is true a lot of the time. I think that as an older sister, I have a tendency to ignore anything that they have to say because what I have to say is obviously more important. It's not just with sisters, it's with everybody. I'm a selfish person, and so a lot of times I'll talk over them to make sure that what I need to say gets heard. And that she said that she was having trouble figuring out who she was, essentially. And what I wanted to say to YouTube, to my sisters, to the world in general, is that I think identity crises don't stop. I think that our entire life is one giant, well, maybe not a giant, but one identity crisis after another, just like over and over again, as we figure out who we are and like what we're doing and who we're living for in this world. And I think that I'm 25 and I'm in the middle of an identity crisis. All of my girlfriends have started dating in the past couple of months. I'm the only person left in my circle of friends who doesn't have a boyfriend and who's never had a boyfriend. I'm the only person in my circle of friends who knows what it's like to be the only person who's single. And that is one of the hardest things that I've ever had to deal with. My sisters are all single too, for which I am grateful because I know that I can talk to them at any time and that they will perfectly relate to everything that I have to say in a way that other people can't, because they know me and they know themselves, and it's good to have them. It's good to have you guys with me on this, but I think that this process for me has been hard because I don't have people that I can talk to that understand. And I think that it's something that I'm going to continue to process, that other people will continue to process. I think that our lives are we're in transition, right? Our whole lives. It doesn't end, it doesn't stop. And we're going to keep figuring out new facets of ourselves, and we're going to keep revealing them to other people, and we're going to keep learning about who we are in God, in ourselves, in family. For me, moving to Shanghai was a big step, an important step for me, because it meant that I was away from my family and my comfort zone, essentially, and it's allowed me to figure out who I am kind of independently. I have Emily here, but that doesn't necessarily mean that I have somebody to fall back on, because I don't. Emily has her own life, and she has a boyfriend, and she's my best friend, and I love her, but like, she's not here for me all the time. She couldn't possibly be. We can't expect that of one person. And in that, I've been figuring out a lot about who I am by myself. How comfortable am I being alone? How comfortable am I being around other people? How comfortable am I with men. It's a thing that I haven't really thought about before, but I have to think about now. There are things in my life that I figured out that I wanted. I want to get married and have kids. I want to be in a relationship with someone someday, you know? And I don't like who I am now. I want to change. I want to get better. I want to grow up. I want to be responsible with money and with myself and my body, and I want to have good relationships with people around me. And that's part of my identity crisis, you know, like I'm learning about myself. But I've always, I mean, even now, especially now probably because I'm an introvert and I'm learning more about how I deal with myself, I don't know how to act around other people. I don't know how to stand up for myself. I don't know how to talk to people without getting angry. I don't know how to make myself be heard when it's important. I don't know. I especially don't know how to do it with people that I love because I don't want to hurt them. And I think that it's something you continually learn. It's not just one point of your life. It's not when you're 18, it's not when you're 25, it's not when you're 50. It's something that you grow in and that you learn as you go along and that you're constantly learning. And I think it's important to recognize that when you're younger, when you're older, that what we feel now is probably something that we're going to feel our entire lives. And instead of swimming around and getting depressed and maybe feeling like we're never going to be normal, embracing it and saying, I'm glad that I'm going through this now because it's something that I'm not going to have to go through again, hopefully. Once I figure out this small pit, I can go on to another big thing and I can learn from that. Learn from where I am now so that I can continue growing as a person. And that's what I wanted to say. It's been hard here, but good. And I cannot wait to come home and see my family. So, Marissa, Brianna, Grace, I miss you guys, and I cannot wait to see you when I come home. I love you guys. Bye.